Welcome to the Deprogram Show. I'm your host, RMJR. I got a very special guest in the building, a community activist, a rapper. She wear many hats. Y'all, y'all better get to know her if you don't know her. She been putting it down for many years. We got in the house. This is a king speaking to a queen. Feline the queen. What's up, my sister?
What's up? What's up, people? It's good to be here. So,
Okay.
go ahead.
Nah, go ahead. My bad. Do your thing.
I was just gonna say, as he was saying, I am a rapper and Black activist. I've been doing this, putting this down for almost 2 decades now. I consider myself a vet in the rap game. Might not be well known, but the people who know me, they know my word is bond. I'm good.
Okay. So since I got you here for a little bit, let's talk about why is it that us as activists who rap, who really putting it down, why you think we get overlooked?
Because it's a message. Whether people want to admit it or not, there is a grand scheme agenda that's basically at this point utilizing rap to dumb down our community, to bring death and destruction to our community. A lot of that did start during the gangster rap era, but the industry been trying to control rap for at least 3 decades now. And with the control that they have recently gained within, I guess, like probably the 5-10 years, they've been able to do some serious damage. So any artist that is conscious, that's kicking knowledge to the people, about bettering themselves, they're going to keep them under the radar. They're not conscious Black artists are not going to get record deals like that. Now they may have to pull a few of us out, like the few, like J. Cole and whatnot. Who else? Kendrick. They're gonna have to pull some of them out just to make it seem like they not discriminating. But truth be told, even their message is censored. So it's harder for a conscious rapper because music is detrimental to our community, especially to the Black community. We have done everything to music. We sung, slave hymns that got us through the day. Long hot summers of picking cotton, we were singing out there. We sung in church. We've come up with so many different genres of music from not just rap, rock, you know what I'm saying? It's even suspect that we came up with classical too. So music is very big and it's a huge cornerstone in the Black community. So they're gonna do whatever they can to control that because our music gives us hope. We don't just listen to music for recreation, it gets us through hard times. So if they're trying to control a population of people, which they are, you use the tools that controls the people. And music have always been a major tool for the Black community to draw our source of strength from. So with that being said, that's why it's hard for conscious rappers because the industry wants to censor the message. They want us to put out garbage and things that's going to dilute our community and our unity. That's just, that's my take on it.
So how do we push the message, even though they got a censor on us, the real ones? How do we push the message? Well, what do you think we need to do to push the message?
That got a lot to do with individual integrity. That depends on each artist. How much are you willing to sell out? Now, I'm not going to front. All of us sell out a little bit. I mean, even not just rappers, humans in general. Sometimes you might take that job that you work more, but you take it because you have to at that time to feed your family or whatever. So we all sell out a little bit. But I'm talking about, the major points where you compromising your standards and beliefs. Knowing it's wrong to be putting this kind of music out. And even if you don't understand the ramifications of what it might do to the community, within your heart and within your soul that what you're putting out is more than likely not a good influence and you're not being a good role model. So a lot of that goes back to each individual rapper having their own standard and putting music out here that has a standard to it and saying, I might make this club song, but I'm not gonna make an ass clap song. You know what I'm saying? So drawing a line in the sand, especially if you sign and saying that this is me, this is who I am as an artist, this is my message. Now my message may, you know, I may can bend my message a little bit to reach a different audience, but at the end of the day, who I am, my core beliefs, I'm not folding on that. I'm not selling out on that. And what conscious rappers can do collectively is come up with moral codes, you know, and put out some type of code that says that we're going to do whatever we can to uplift the community, knowing the key role that we play. I think a lot of rappers at this point may not understand to the full extent the role that we play in the Black community. I mean, we went from self-destruction in the 80s, you know, where you had conscious rappers, a whole slew of conscious rappers that was telling us, you know, that we headed towards self-destruction. To the 90s, you know, you still had different artists who were still trying to put it out there, like Goody Mob and Outkast and whatnot. But after the 90s, you know, gangster rap really put a huge dent in our community as far as building a foundation that was sturdy. And we just need to understand as rappers that we do play a pivotal role within the way that our community is shaped and not take it lightly. You might not ask to be, I heard so many rappers say, I ain't asked to be a role model, you know, I didn't ask, but when you got in that spotlight, you are destined to be a role model, whether you want the position or not. You know, it's certain things that come along with certain positions that you just got to play it how it go. Being in the spotlight does by default automatically make you a role model. So rappers that are conscious need to really push that out within the community, that we're not just rappers, we are influencers. And the ones who are unconscious may, you know, possibly be influenced by the ones who are conscious to do better. I know when we had that George Floyd thing going on, it was rappers coming out everywhere that was making songs that was dedicated to the cause. You know, and they don't just need to be something that comes and goes with the wind. We need it to stick. But the whole fact of the matter is, it was those conscious rappers that was on the forefront when that went down, that started coming out with the conscious songs and conscious videos that made the others that were unconscious want to get along, you know, get on the bandwagon, even if they was doing it because they saw it was trending. The fact of the matter is, the more we put that out there, the more we wake up our people and make them aware of the circumstances that we all living in.
Okay, with that being said, it seems like T.I. is trying to make a transition to some degree.
T.I. always been conscious. Okay. And T.I. so conscious that he kind of play the devil's advocate at times. He understands completely his role. He understands the role that rap plays in our community. So he has always thrown out a few of those songs that let you know there's consequences to your actions, even if it ain't necessarily conscious songs, you know, like some of these other artists that's been that way from day one. T.I. always did drop some jewels out there with each song that he tried to put out there to let you know it's consequences to your actions. Even though I might be a trap star, I might be the king of trap, I'm letting you know I got 7, you know, charges or whatever, however many charges dude got. I, you know, have a possibility of going to jail at any time, did go to jail. He let you know that even though I am a whole trap star out here, it's consequences to this. Don't live this life. I had to do this because it wasn't no way for me at that time. But it's plenty of ways and opportunities where we don't have to sell drugs no more. All we have to do is put our mind to it, because really, the neighborhood drug pharmacist is the neighborhood chemist. You know, that skill can easily be transferred over to a skill that's legitimate. You out there cooking up rocks in the kitchen without blowing it up, you a whole chemist out here. So it's all about T.I. telling people that although, you know, I'm out here living this lifestyle, there are consequences to living like this. And then he had that the one song was that I can't even remember what it was, but we are not safe or something like that. I think that it's going to be a movement where a lot of rappers are going to get on the bandwagon, whether they are legit or, you know, whether they counterfeit. It's going to move towards conscious rap trending, whether the industry want to try to suppress it or not, because the bottom line is our people are getting tired of garbage. We get tired of getting in the car and listen to the radio for however long we got to suffer, because it feels like torment to me to have to listen to the radio sometimes. If I, have to ever even turn into that, I don't even listen to the radio like that. But if I have to tune in it for 5 or 10 minutes and I hear the same garbage, it makes me turn off. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of people that I have talked to within our community who feel the same way. They feel like they can't turn on no kind of music because it's all garbage. It's all sexualized and hitting at the lower chakras and, the base hitting at the sexual nature. And we, and African Americans, Black people, we are sexual beings. We are sexual beings, but trying to pull in our, sexuality to basically deprive us of knowledge, that's wrong within itself. So just to get back to the question, T.I. being conscious, it's a part of being conscious and being accountable is what we need to be looking for with the rest of these rappers that's coming out, old rappers, veterans that's coming out, because David Banner did it. What's his name? Big Mike done did it. You know what I'm saying?
Killer Mike.
Killer Mike, whatever is the Big Mike, Killer Mike, shit, whatever.
Yeah.
Bottom line is, it's a few of them who have taken on this role to be conscious rappers. Some of them I am suspect of, because I'm like, dude, you had us killing hella people. You had us selling drugs for 10 years. You know what I'm saying? All your songs about that, but at the same time, everybody go through that enlightenment stage. And at this time, I think T.I. is really starting to feel the weight of his influence. Like this dude, I don't even know how much he make, but he up there. You know what I'm saying? We watched him go from nothing to being where he is now. And because of that, he is if he can do it, then I can do a story too. So with that comes responsibility. T.I. he don't have no choice but to step out and be a grown man and say, this is toxic for my people, or else he gonna lose a lot, because a lot of people see him as a trill dude, and they see him as being for real and not a sellout. You know what I'm saying? So in order for him to keep that status, he's gonna have to move with the movement.
Are you aware of what they trying to do to him now?
Nah, I ain't tuned in. What happened?
Okay, I give you the rundown. They a female just came out and accused T.I. of sexually assaulting her. He's supposed to put a gun to her head or something like that.
Come on now.
Now check this out. Not only one, after one, there's multiple coming out the woodwork.
Man, they done went and conjured up a whole little slew of thoughts to come up against this man, and it's because of the message. Trust me, T.I. could go on the radar for about 30 years being a trap star king, okay? And they ain't gonna mess with him until he start putting out songs that sends a message to the people. Then all of a sudden he's gonna be a rapist. This is the same thing they did to Pop. Now Pop, you know for a fact Pop respected and loved Black women. He was one of the first rappers to even call us queens. You know what I'm saying? Make a whole song dedicated to his mama. I ain't really heard no rappers that make a whole song dedicated to their mama. Bottom line is he had nothing but the utmost respect for Black women. Okay, but yet they put a rape charge on him and saying he wasn't even in the room when that happened. There was some people he kicked it with. He wasn't even nowhere in the room after that when that went down, when this girl was supposed to got raped. But yet he was the one who took the charge. But you got to look at who Pac was as a person, what he stood for in his raps. He was a revolutionary. He was a revolutionist before we even knew what it was.
Yeah.
He was constantly out here trying to warn us and tell us, and had a whole song called The White Man's World. Okay. So that's the reason why he was constantly getting shot up. That's the reason why they kept trying to come out here after him, the feds, this, that, and other. You safe until you step out on that limb and you start speaking truth. And then that's when you become a threat. So T.I. wasn't a threat to them before, but I don't even need to hear what else the rest you got to say. T.I. ain't never got to hold no female at gunpoint to get no ass. And I'm telling you, excuse me, I don't even know what kind of, but he don't have to do that. He does not have to hold no female at gunpoint to have sex with them, not unless that's a fetish, but it ain't because he can't get none. It's a slew of women lined up just to, just even get in his pockets, you know. So that ain't, this is probably happening 9 times out of 10 just because what he stand for. Just like what happened with Nick Cannon. They stick them dogs after Nick Cannon as soon as he made that statement that he made. Now, the difference is, do you fold and recant statements and start backpedaling, or do you stand your ground? You stand your ground for too long, you're gonna be in jail, or they're gonna murk you, they're gonna assassinate you, they're gonna take you out. Because that's how much influence rappers have. And then somebody done got the TI status, and he started trying to turn around, start talking about, I'm gonna put some countries out here for my people. No, they ain't finna have that. They not finna have that because he got way too much influence now. He could take a gangster dude and turn a gangster dude, you know what I'm saying, to something respectable. Because somebody who are going out here and they see T.I. coming from the same background,